today's How the Hell Do I Take That Damn Thing Apart? We're taking apart a Elite Force Red Jacket RSKP. It's basically an AK47 with some AK74 and 101 and AKM stuff thrown on it, with the stigma of being Red Jacket. And I think going forward, Elite Force actually is going to have this gun without the Red Jacket trades. So, yeah, let's take a look at it. Supposedly made by SRC, but we'll find out as we take it apart. So, first things first, I actually took off this. The owner added this. This was it's a sight rail that goes on there. So, that out of the way, let's take off this top dust cover. Just pushing a little button. Some AKs, the battery goes up here when you have a stick-type battery. Over there. Gonna pull this back. Might have to hold that, and yeah, that comes off easy. On some guns, this will come out, but this one, it's got some little keepers back here, but a lot of them, it'll just pull right off as well. The stock, which looks like a AK-101 or 105 stock. I'm not like a super AK guy, so, you know, don't know all the different derivatives, what goes where, but I know it's on an AK-47. So, let's take this off. It's a 3mm here on the bottom, and 2.5 on the top. Okay, and this is probably pretty stiff on there, so let's take it off camera into it, but come on. There we go. Alright, stock is off. It's just, it's a tight fit. Excuse me. Oh, brilliant. That's going to make things fun. So, a lot of times with your AKs that are rear wired, there's a connector here, and you can disconnect it and send it through, but this has a giant frickin' thing on it right there. Yeah, that's awesome. And that is cast on the body. This body is aluminum, by the way. It's not steel, it's aluminum, so it is metal, but it's lighter than your other AKs, like your CYMAs. So that's going to be fun. So we'll figure out what to do with that. Actually, I know exactly what to do with that. Yeah. That'll become obvious why I did that later on in the video. Alright, let's take the pistol grip off. And this one, it is a Phillips. I think on some of them, your brand may have a slot or an Allen screw. Alright. Motor, yeah. So this one's held on with spade connectors. Some motors on AKs are soldered on, you know, a little more secure, but if you have enough room, I like using connectors, spade connectors. And you may notice here, if you're on high resolution, you can see how these are actually sitting proud. It's because these screws came with this thing. So you've replaced the two screws here, and screw up front here, and it just kind of attaches that way. But I took it off because your gun may not have it, and it's sort of an add-on. It's a good thing I got some black electrical tape. I can cover that up. Right, so we got those two screws. Screw right there. So these guns, we never carried these. They're pretty expensive, and neither I nor the owner were fans of the Red Jacket TV show. Yeah, come on out. So we never carried these, and they were expensive. But you can get a nice, decent CYMA or Cybergun rebranded to CYMA for, you know, under 200 bucks. This was, I think, $250 new when they came out. I mean, now everyone's blown away because of, you know, Red Jacket. But yeah, we never had these because it was just like, hey, it's got no rails, nothing, and it's an SRC. It's like we know it's a sub $200 gun, so we're not gonna bother. Alright, this little plastic cap is glued down. I know that because I popped it up beforehand, so I wouldn't wreck it on video. Because you can break these super easy. They just frickin' break, prying them off. So take that off. Phillips head. I've seen these as all different things as well. I've seen these as bolts, like a short bolt in there. Take that off. Little star washer in there. Help keep it on. Now this is different than the Marui or the CYMA style one. This little thing. Okay. Some of them are sleeved inside, but this one is cast as one piece. Yeah, I'll just cough on camera some more. Alright, so we need to gently pull the front away. Oh, I think we need to take off the screws out of the hop-up as well. Get 2 screws right here. I don't see many SRC guns around anymore, but probably not for a good reason. They weren't the best made guns when they were more popular. Alright, so we need to separate the front receiver from the front barrel assembly from the lower receiver here. And that may require some tapping with a hammer or something. Hammer such as this. Let's pop that out of the way. That screw that just fell out is because if you were observant, you noticed it fell into the hole in front of the hop-up. There we go. Thank you, hammer. You make everything better. Lower handguard coming off. Alright. So you can see, you gotta kind of pay attention to what you're doing when you're doing this, because you don't want to break the nozzle. There we go. And anodize, that's like sharp and nasty. Wonder how that'll work. But so yeah, aluminum or zinc. Yep. So we'll see how that works. Let's take this spring right here so we don't lose it. This is what this pushes on right there. So we'll get rid of that so we don't lose it. It's a little dental pick. Unless they glued it in. Oh, they glued it in. Wow. That's thoughtful of you. Many guns, it's not glued in and you lose it. And also, since someone may require seeing this in the future, this is how the springs go and the little brass ferrules go. So that's like an AK-74 muzzle brake. Is that an AK-47 style receiver? I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert on AKs, but the platform is like AK-47 style. So it's just an amalgamation. Alright, so I'm going to push up, kind of forward. Oh, this one. Motor cage too big to fit through the handle. You may run into that. So let's take the motor off. Some guns, it's not an issue, it'll go right through. But this one, I guess it is an issue. Yep, unbranded motor. So, kind of push it up and a little forward. Comes out easy. And it'll slide out the back. Or the wires will slide from the back, will slide out the front. There we go. The guy who owns this doesn't want this on there, this little thing. So we're going to get rid of that by tapping that gray metal piece out with a hammer. Maybe if I do it so I can see it. And with a punch instead of a screwdriver. It's like, hey, I got the right tool. Wow, that doesn't want to come out. I bet they glued that. Well, you know what? If he wants it out, I will just Dremel. I will cut it with the Dremel. This little gray piece. And then, well, you can pull that thing out at some later date. As this gun's getting some mods to it. Yeah. It looks like it's glued. As there's some residue hanging around there. So, FYI, glued. Alright. So, Gearbox. Yeah. See there? It's got some nice glare on it. Hey, and it's facial recognition in my hand. Don't do that. SRC. So it is indeed made by SRC. I don't think they hid the fact that it was made by SRC. Some companies do that. So let's take this screw off. You can look there. That's sort of how that's supposed to go. So photo reference just in case you're putting your gun back together and you say, hey, how does that go? That is how it does. That's how it do. That. That's that. Oh yeah, this thing here. It's the other side of that little fire selector thing. Goes just like that. Alright. Let's take this little clip out, the dust cover. So some of these come off pretty easy with just a screwdriver here, and this will be one of them as well. Pretty simple. Let's pull this in reverse latch. Where's my hook? Oh. There it is. So there's no tension. It's got the inner reverse latch there, and you just pull up. Release the tension on the gearbox. Save it from chasing parts as it springs everywhere. And now we got some Phillips head screws. Looks like it's red thread locked down in there. Yeah, it's actually pretty tough. There's some guns. Let me flip my logo back. Some guns where they like rattle out, especially it was JG, I think, and Echo 1 by that extension, where some of the gearbox screws like would rattle out and sort of start hitting the side of the outer receiver, which is just no fun for anybody. All right, so it's all out. Just kind of tight together. Alright, let's get rid of that thing. We got a hole in there. It's always nicer when there's a hole. That's what she said. Yep, there is. So we can actually put something here to guide the spring out nice and easy. So I guess we can make this into an internal review. Hey. Alright, you know, I never shot this gun beforehand to see what it chronoed at. It was a working gun, it's getting different than what it would normally have. So, sort of a Delrin or nylon spring guide, plastic, spring, pretty stiff, variable pitch, looks like. Again, I don't know what this shoots. Some gears with some sort of light oil on it. Not bad. Let's take a look at this. Oh. It's actually got a really nice ear seal. And that piston is, looks like nylon. That's probably actually a pretty durable piston. It's got a nice aluminum head. O-ring nozzle. Double O-ring. Sort of like an SHS. Well, some SHS, they'll sell you whatever kind of head you want. Well, it's decent. Wow, it's pretty sticky. Oh, SRC, you've gotten better over the years. I don't know if the gears are still crappy, but I think that was sort of the fault of most of the SRCs back in the day, where the gears were just junk. Even on a 9.6, the gears were a joke. Tappet plate. And a nice sort of beefy universal latch. Not bad. So we'll take this out so it makes it a little easier on us. Two-piece. So we can do a little cursory. How well was it shimmed? It's pretty ridiculously slick. All right. There doesn't look to be any gear. Oh, there's one there and there's none there. Oh, it's because there's no trigger in it. That's why it's kind of messing with us. There we go. So those screws, one there, and there, just put some pressure on it. Today's YouTube video, screwing stuff back together. Alright. Yeah, a lot of play. Also a lot of play. I'd say almost a millimeter on the bevel. It's not terrible that it's like that, especially on a gun. Well, I mean, if you put a lipo on it, it will be terrible. But that's less so. But yeah, not shimmed that good. Some guns you take them apart and they're like awesome. Like some of the classic armies, you take them apart. Shimming is like great in the factory. You know, they're pro-line guns usually. And, you know, the Apex the same way. VFCs, somehow they're not shimmed. Now they use those spring things on the VFCs. But what do we got there? Those look like 7mm bushings. These, oh, they're like glued in. A lot of glue used on this. Just your typical 18:1. But yeah, they look the same as they used to be. So if anyone remembers from years ago, SRC guns, when they were more prevalent, gears were pretty brittle, and I'm assuming these will be the same deal. So that's that. That's how to take it apart, and sort of a cursory glance at the internals. Piston head, nozzle, not bad. This thing, pretty crappy. Switch, yeah, it's a switch. Not screwed in. Oh, that's great. Thanks. How much would a screw be that you obviously have a hole for? So no screw holding the AK switch in, the version 3 switch in. That's awesome. So yeah, So demerit again there. Way to go, SRC. So just, you got a hole, and you got a hole in your switch, just screw the damn thing in. So yeah, if you got one of these, you got it on sale. I know they're going for like 150 bucks now, so more power to you. The CYMA AKs remain my favorite AKs, but I'm not really an AK guy. So, but yeah, so this actually has, it's gonna have a second part of something different. So thanks for watching, and stop by Master Hobbies. We're at 565 Main Street in Cherry Valley, Massachusetts, or you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/masterhobbies.